Welcome back, everybody, for another night of VCS action here on VCS English. You're back to the OG trio. Me, Mr. Everyday, with me, of course, bringing the collective 400 IQ, Yulwei and Vinnie. You can decide how that's divided up. How are you tonight, lads?
Yeah, not too bad.
It's not night. It's the brightest day over here.
True,
and the hottest day of the year. It's not very pleasant.
Hottest day of the year until tomorrow, I'd imagine. Get excited.
Maybe.
Anyway, we do have a couple of very good series for you tonight. I'm going to start with OPG versus EVS, but we want to do a little bit of reflecting on yesterday's games because, boys, we did not expect yesterday to be as much fun as it was. Yulwei, do you want to talk about some of that first series?
So, the first series was very close and very back and forth. That was why we enjoyed it so much. It had a lot of hype and a big upset in the end.
And some
the
awesome
last
picks,
game especially. Right? Yeah, that too. The picks with the Jinx, of course. Caitlyn coming in, showing her presence. And we had Jhin as a counter.
And Draven.
So-called counter. And then Draven and Jinx, way better counters, as we saw on the games. And, well, the last game was a treat to watch. Go back if you missed that last game, because it looked like Percent was stomping with the Draven pick. And that in itself is cool to watch. But then Team Secret even found a way back into the game. So we went to like 40 minutes back and forth all the time. I'm not even sure we had a lot of kills. We actually had a lot.
It wasn't the super high kill. The last game wasn't super high kill. For the VCS, it was
so
quite
tense
low kill.
Though.
Yeah. You could cut the air with a butter knife. A statistic, that Draven ended up 8,000 gold ahead of the enemy AD carry at the end of the game. 8,000 gold ahead. Just to put in perspective how much it dumpstered the Ashe. It was picked as a counter, to be clear, but yeah, that happened. And it was Slater on Ashe. And it was
Celebrity on Ashe.
Celebrity, not Slater. Slater plays for Flash. The Slater plays for Flash. It was Celebrity, of course. Still doesn't really change the point. Celebrity's no slouch. Got dumpstered. Vinnie, do you want to talk a little bit about the second series? Because it wasn't as close, but I still had a lot of fun.
It definitely wasn't as close. In fact, it really wasn't close at all. But it really did highlight the improvement the Flash has made. And it didn't really build much hype for that series, but it built a lot of hype for the upcoming series, Gum vs. Flash, because we are very excited to see how that, so my prediction is coming into the week was Gum. But now I'm sort of tossing it up because the Flash played very, very well. And I mean, I still think Gum can absolutely take it, but it's...
Yeah, Flash playing on that form look unstoppable. I mean, if anyone's going to stop them, it will be Gum. But, well, that's a match for tomorrow. Let's talk about our first series today. Perhaps not quite as hype. OPG versus EVS. Vinnie,
one thing I want to...
Sorry, no, you go ahead. Sorry, no, you go ahead.
Just
you start us off.
tie one thing from yesterday back into today, because we have EVS playing today again, right? So we saw them yesterday get kind of stomped by Flash, but I was actually very impressed with their play from behind in the first game. They were breaking the mold, finding new ways to approach the unsolvable... Yeah, I mean, they came super close to actually backdooring this game from 5k gold down. So EVS still showing some nice... aspects of play. Of course, overall the worst team on the day, but still, I wouldn't write EVS off completely after that performance.
Yeah, I think the way I think about it is, you weren't expected to win that match. You're against Flash, you're against potentially the best team in the league. You're not expected to win that, and things went very poorly from very early on. You had Slater just he teleported in and basically just got a free triple kill on his Ezreal. Disaster struck, but. So the way I was phrasing it on cast is, from that point, you probably had about a 20% chance to win the game, and then they took the 20% plays, which is correct. It might say, well, that play is so risky, why would you do that? You're not going to win anyway, take the damn risk. If you die and you lose the game, nothing changed, but you might win.
And that first game did actually come down to half a second on teleport timers.
Yeah, it did. If those teleport timers had been synced, they would have won the game.
One after another, yeah.
If they teleport sync, they win that game, but they couldn't. But let's talk about today's games. We want to focus on one particular matchup. In the bot lane, it's going to be the supports, who are pretty impressive for both of these teams. Vinny, do you want to get us started talking about B?
B is rather low-key coming up as showing up as one of the best of the VCS. I mean, just look at how important he is to his team with these stats. First in kill participation amongst supports, so he is everywhere on the map. He is doing
71% kill participation is insane.
That's insane on pretty much any position, but it's super good as a sport, and he's got a decent KDA to match. He's doing it with quite a low amount of gold in terms of what his share is. I mean, it's actually third highest among supports, but you're seeing he's not really generating that much gold. And a lot of that is due to what he's playing. He is playing so much Thresh. 9 games on Thresh.
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's a lot of Thresh.
That's more games on Thresh than I can handle in a season. So.
He's so important.
He likes to be a little bit of a one-trick, right? He had 18 Braum games in the last split.
I mean, if they're gonna keep giving you Thresh, like Thresh is a really good champion. Just pick it every time. Why not? Now, Yulwei, why don't you tell us about the world's attendee, Xin, on the side of OPG?
So, sadly, looking at the stat card is really depressing, especially at the first row there. His most played champion, Nautilus, 7 times 0% win rate. That is rough. That is really rough. But this player has been the outstanding performer for OPG, by far the leader in our MVP leaderboard for this team. He has gotten multiple game MVPs for us too. And some of his movement, I feel, especially is top in class for supports. His ability to dodge crucial skill shots, to dance around everything that's coming his way is, I would say, the best of all the supports. His Bard has been super impressive. You see, he's quite successful on that pick too, 8.33 KDA. So he's the playmaker for Overpower, and of course, this is the worst team in the league, so his stats are going to look a little bit worse. His gold per minute is 9th, his KDA is 9th. It's not great looking at the stats, but you can believe me, he is the number 1 playmaker for this team, and if they win games, it's mostly due to Xin carrying. Think back to the one Pantheon game where he went like 7-1-7 or something. He was not a support anymore.
His Pantheon games are super impressive because he makes these weird map movements. Like, he will back at like level 2, what feels like level 2, and then why is he top lane? He should never be top lane, but there he is, and he
the
gets
top laners did not expect it. Yeah, exactly. We are heading swiftly into draft, lads, so we'll be heading on over to That's Great. What are we expecting, boys? Yulwei, what are you expecting for OPG, pick-wise?
It's a new patch, and OPG has been experimenting a little bit here and there. And I mean, they're 1-10. They are basically locked out of players, so they can do whatever they want. Apparently, they've also kicked their coach Hope, and Kiko is now in. So no idea what's going to be.
That was announced today. He's been removed from the team.
So I want to see some maybe some new picks. Some Lilia would be cool. Some Caitlyn is expected, and maybe another 𝗘𝗀𝗢𝗿 can emerge.
Yeah.
If the Pantheon isn't banned away here, I kind of want to see a first pick, even though it might be a bit baited, because it's just so good in the hands of Xin. But the Caitlyn pick, we'll see what Vit can do in that bot lane.
I mean, I think a Caitlyn first pick, you can't go wrong with that on this patch. I think she's pick banned. She should have 100% presence.
She's so broken.
She already doesn't because she wasn't picked in game 3.
The only game she lost yesterday in EU was a G2. All the other games she won in EU, and it looked very dominant. People tried
when
again
bad
and again
teams
to play
play
Jhin into her.
Lose.
Yeah. So that was very, very weird to see. All the Jhin picks, and it didn't work at all.
So EVOS, I think, answered correctly. Ooh, wow, we are flying through. Can you guys try and catch us up? You don't really have time to dwell on all of the picks.
We're finally getting the promised matchup of but one in the mid lane.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's a mid lane but one.
So we've tried mid lane TH. Now we're going for mid lane but one. But the actual promised matchup was Ashe vs Caitlyn, which we have somehow managed to completely avoid up until now. And I think we just have AD carry jungle mid across the board. So I'm very interested to see where this goes. I like to see a Naught takeaway because Naught is actually really strong into Caitlyn, especially paired with the Ashe, because you can just CC her forever. So OPG might want to take that off the board, especially with EVOS trying to ban out the big poke champions in that bot lane.
Yeah, I think 𝗘𝗀𝗢𝗎's the other ban for EVOS.
Yeah, indeed. What is going on with the VCS and deprioritizing 𝗘𝗀𝗢? It's still 10-15. The champ is still super strong. Her
stats have been horrific in the VCS. Even on this patch, I think she's a bit of a trap pick. Numerically,
𝗘𝗀𝗢𝗊, you can't go wrong. It's so easy to play.
𝗘𝗀𝗊, yes, but okay, that's a horrific ban. Why have you done that?
So
because he's a strong champion, apparently.
Probably to take away a blind pick for OPG, and they might lock the 𝗘𝗀𝗢 in this rotation if OPG doesn't ban it.
You could go top 𝗘𝗀𝗢 as a blind pick. I think top 𝗘𝗀𝗢 goes pretty well against all of Zeros's champions.
True, but EVOS might as well just lock it here.
They could.
Well, it's so flexible. We've actually seen some top line set re-emerge as well. More on 10-16, but also on 10-15 here and there. So
there it is.
We could see
Vinnie. Huge brain, just bulging brain muscles. You love to see it. We can hit
it might actually be a losing Caitlyn lane because they gave up the 𝗘𝗀𝗢 for no reason. So.
Yeah,
this is definitely a losing Caitlyn.
Yeah, this Caitlyn does not win lane. Not Bard. Bard Caitlyn's not a bad lane, but it doesn't beat Ashe 𝗘𝗀𝗢. Not many things beat Ashe 𝗘𝗀𝗢.
The amount of poke coming out of this EVOS bot lane is disgusting, and I would almost prefer a Soraka just to get through the poke.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't give Yulwei hope.
Man. Just, you need something to live through this. And Simon going for the blind on this patch.
Ooh. Okay. It's set top.
No, that's terrible.
I mean, locked it in, right?
Set top is pretty good against. It beats Ornn, because Ornn is bad.
Yeah. It definitely beats Ornn.
I mean,
it's a very miserable matchup.
There are so many better picks you could go for. You could you keep the 𝗘𝗀𝗢 bot.
It is going to be bot. That's but one's Lucian.
Good, thank you.
Is it but one's Lucian or is it Zeros's Lucian? We have seen some top lane Lucian, especially in 𝗪𝗀𝗃 again.
I mean, it could be Zeros's in the mid lane. They're both top laners. They could go to either solo lane.
I would like to see it on Zerros in the top lane.
Yeah.
I believe that's going to happen because bot one is running Flash Ghost, which is the typical set mid lane rune setup or summon a spell setup. So yeah, Lucian into Ornn is going to be a very painful lane early on for Simon. Mm-hmm. I believe there's a point where Ornn can pretty much just ignore Lucian, especially before he hits his power spike of the first item. But yeah, it's not going to be easy against Zeros. This composition for EVOS, though, super squishy.
Yeah, I mean, bot one will provide that front line with this tank set build, and the rest you can kind of keep at. You kind of get to keep them at a distance with the Ashe 𝗘𝗀𝗢 and Nidalee. It's really just Lucian that's a little bit at risk. But if he sits in a side lane and plays that well, which Zeros did play his side lanes well yesterday, that should be a nice sort of split push threat. While the sort of poke comp holds the foreground and shouldn't really be able to be capitalized on without a great engage coming out of Overpower, which they have the tools for with the admittedly with the Ornn and the Bard. So
very true.
We'll see. But overall, I actually really like EVOS's comp.
Yep, I do as well.
Maybe you could have replaced Lucian with a Jax or something like that, but I think overall it's fine, and I really like it, and I'm going to predict them to win.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you're going to predict them? Fair enough. And we'll talk to you again after the game as we have a good look at this Walrus man. And head on to Summoner's Rift. It's just going to be you and me now, Yulwei. two very interesting drafts.
Foggy again.
Yeah, it's very
I really
fun.
like the introduction to the Rift in the last few weeks. They have worked on their skills.
They have. They're
Nice
flexing.
observer skills. Yeah. So one thing I want to talk about, I spotted on Twitter and have heard some discussion about, is the Caitlyn itemization at Rune Choice, because there has been some discussion of, especially 𝗧𝗃𝗃𝗍𝗃 has talked about it yesterday, cut down and cull Caitlyn into normal bot lanes, because Caitlyn has the lowest base HP in the game. So you actually get the cut down extra damage against the enemy ADC in trades, and they can't trade back because you have more range. Maybe it's not great into this lane, so I don't really expect it here. But it's something to keep an eye on for the next few days. Okay, Zin.
Oh, Zin, very deep. Oh, wow, you're quite far ahead of me, as he's only just flashed on my screen. We might have to do a little bit of a racing. Sure thing. 23, 24, 25, 26.
Sorry about that.
7? Don't know how that happened. We did sync up before we got going, but... Internet.
Oh, my YouTube just was very excited and wanted to just skip some seconds, apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
So I'm not sure why Zin flashed there. There's no CC between the two bot laners, so you can just walk out normally. He could also just skill E to get away in the worst case, so really no reason to flash there. A little bit disappointed in him.
Just a bit scared, I think. Theoretically, he won't need it for the next 5 minutes.
You'd hope so. Well, it's 𝗘𝗀𝗢𝗿𝗪, so there's quite some damage between the two of the bot laners.
So, Yulwei, why has Lucian not gone 𝗘 in this matchup? Surely this is a free 𝗘.
Well, it's I don't know what to say. He could have gone 𝗘 for sure. This gives him a little bit more stats. Maybe he's scared of the all-in. I can understand that, because Ornn has disgusting amounts of damage early on. But yeah, I think 𝗘 is the better choice.
You actually get more lifesteal with a 𝗘 as Lucian, though, because of the second shot scaling. 3% lifesteal is actually less than the on-hit.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Yeah, I'm very smart.
You get the second spot. The second hit is still full damage on minions, so you actually get the 3% on minions anyway.
You should be using your passive on. You should be using your passive on Ornn, though, I think. But let's talk about this bot lane, because we are looking at it. And yeah, we said this is a losing Caitlyn lane. And look at it. It's losing.
Yeah, it's karma. So there's two champions in the bot lane that you can just look at it and say, okay, they win lane. It's Caitlyn and 𝗲𝗲, and 𝗲𝗲 beats Caitlyn, because 𝗲𝗲 is just disgusting in lane. There's some champs that can kind of stand up to her, some of the lesser played enchanters. I think Nami can play lanes into 𝗲𝗲. It's not even not an easy matchup. You can actually win with a good bubble here and there. But yeah, 𝗲𝗲, maybe a Zyra can stand up to 𝗲𝗲 too, with all her pushing power. But in pro meta, it's basically 𝗲𝗲 over anything else in the support matchups.
Yeah.
So we have a little bit of an invade going on. Okay.
Bit of a scrap in the mid lane, and okay. Well, guess you don't need 𝗘 when you can just cull the Rams. And PHT's very low as well. Sorn's gonna get a spear in. And we didn't really see either of those kills. And we might get to see the third, though, as Zeros has to find a way out, and I don't think it exists.
No. He was dead. Good read from DK to go top lane to secure the free kill, because there was overstaying a little bit here. Gets hit by the combo, but Simon is a level down. Zeros procs the PTA, so a lot of extra exposed damage. Wow, he danced around the turret very... He got hit only by one single turret shot.
Okay, well, Sorn just... Okay. Not too interesting on that one. It was a good trade. Out of but one.
Yeah, after landing the spear, it looked a little bit weird, because he got a little bit ahead of himself with all the movement and all the ability to pounce on top of the enemy. Here we go, Zeros with a solo kill. Got equalized a little bit with the counter kill for Simon, but it's still a big CS advantage. It was also an assisted kill for Simon, so he doesn't actually get the extra experience. So Zeros should hit level 6 first. And if he can freeze, Simon is in a very bad position.
It's actually interesting because, Sorn coming on up. I'll talk about it afterwards as he is dashing away, but the spear flies true, and Sorn is looking good.
Every time we see Nidalee, she's ganking top lane. At least in the VCS, she's a very top-side focused champion. The first gank, interestingly enough, in the mid lane, because we saw the opportunity. It was just passing by. But yeah, just throwing a spear out and
mean,
it hit, so she got a free
To
kill
be fair,
there.
though, it's ganking for a set. It's basically the top lane. And
Look at
it's going to be round 2 as he is jetting on into the mid lane. Does not have the showstopper, but does have the haymaker. And that's all you need to kill this spaceman.
We need to give him an award for running 200 meters or 400 meters. I'm not sure. He's so fast. He's just zooming around the map. He's back halfway to the mid lane already. The mid lane set is very, very funny to look at because he doesn't really deal any damage, but he just runs around and stuns people and annoys people. Gave up 1 plating to PhD. Oh, and he missed the cannon. Oh no, but 1, please. Cut away. Get
him out of there! But of course, 𝗳𝘂𝗧 is coming in, so he can't get out of there. But 1 charging forward. There's the facebreaker. Can he get the showstopper? The culling will get it done for him. You don't need the cull. He's got the culling.
True. But 1 is just here to set up the other players, I guess. Maybe he does that better than 𝗘𝗀𝗢𝗍. And to be fair, 𝗘𝗀𝗍 is in a little bit of a slump right now. So I can understand them experimenting with their top laners in the mid lane. And of course, if you want to play Set in the mid lane, maybe it's better to put in a top laner, because that's a top lane champ, or was supposed to be a top lane champ. Isn't really a top lane champ anymore.
Well, 𝗲𝗃𝗍𝗍𝗿.
Well, if it's only a DC, that shouldn't be too bad.
Well, we have
all the other players on OPG are still here, so 1 player ADCing probably not the biggest of problems.
It's true. Well, that I wish I'd set up our duo camera setup, but I didn't, so we are just going to be looking at this screen for a little bit. What do you think of this early game so far? EVOS obviously off to a bit of a cracker of a start.
Yeah, we can see some player diff here and there. EVOS so far has been very consistent against the bottom tier teams. They started 0-4 and then just destroyed all the bottom tier teams one after another to go 3-4 in the first round robin. So second round robin, they've already beaten one of the top 5 teams in servers, and now are going to beat all the bottom tier teams again, most likely. So yeah, it's just a little bit of player diff. I feel like top lane, mid lane, jungle has all gone EVOS' favor. Even the bot lane is one of the strongest 2v2 duos, and we're back in game.
Yes, we are. Here we go. And Simon just needs XP.
He's just trying to soak experience, yeah. Usually if you see an ambush like that, maybe they actually want to go for
They could get something done here. 𝗳𝘂𝗧 is just trying to turn it around. Or maybe he just couldn't get out. So he goes down. A little bit overextended.
Nicely done. There's a lot of vision set up from OPG to punish him. No.
Someone steals. Well done.
Someone is 2 levels ahead of DK, even after that kill.
Graves.
He is 20 CS up.
But Graves is good from behind, right?
Perfect. He's such a good champion.
Yeah.
Offers so much.
So much utility. Have you not... I mean, Smokescreen, that's a strong spell.
It's actually quite dangerous for DK to overextend into the enemy jungle here. Of course, he has the Destiny gate, or the Destiny. He doesn't even need the gate to provide a little bit of extra utility to get out of there.
They've spotted him. They can sniff him out. They know
Yeah,
Simon's gone, but one charging on in. The red buff's already been secured. The show gets stopped. Can he get the face breaker into the haymaker? He's trying, but now this is a bit of a disaster here for EVOS. The shutdowns come in. The Ash Arrow sails on through, just saying g'day. As now they're going to try and get a 2v3 rockin'. Simon isn't very big. B has arrived, but one takes a lot of damage. Should have access to another haymaker soon as the culling thuds on in. It's 2 kills for the champ, and he is putting his mark on this ring.
So good for OPG. EVOS completely disrespected the TF ability to roam there. 𝗳𝘂𝗧 went back to lane and was like, oh, okay, you do your thing in the jungle. I don't care. I want to farm, which I can understand as the top laner, but wasn't the greatest of calls. He should have followed up. And Sean and But1 kind of caught in their jungle, especially Sean lost a lot of his lead. Actually, only 1 level ahead now. Nice counter jungling from 𝗳𝘂𝗧.
Yeah.
Nicely done. But, yeah, of course, the arrival of Karma and then also the insane base ability, or the base strength of Haymaker turned the fight around again. And it's 2 more kills for But1. He is smurfing on this mid lane set.
He really is. It's looking great. It is looking very strong. He's not like...
He's even CS.
Yeah. It's pretty intense. There is a bit of a scrap.
Oh, Xin!
Xin, shocking. He's not performing.
Wait, what? No, Xin, that was perfect. The Q, the stops the engage completely.
I might have gotten a little bit confused about who was Xin. I was checking a stat on my other monitor as the play started. Give me a break. Ash Arrow comes in, the flash isn't good enough, the haymaker's used. Vit on so little health and will get volleyed on down. They need to find a way out though, as in comes the gold card. And Sorn has been a bad kitty once again. 𝗘𝘀𝗽𝗏 flashes away from the Tempered Fate.
EVS hasn't scrimmed against TF much this past week, it seems.
It seems.
Because they are getting caught by TF's roams all the time. For some reason, it's very easy to predict TF getting there. Also a little bit too deep on the dive, but in the end, it's still a 1-for-1, and they kill the enemy ADC. Look at the gold lead. All the misplays don't really matter too much, because it's still OPG, it's still a lot of player diff, and we're looking at a 3k gold lead at 10 minutes.
Yeah, and I mean, again, I just want to shout out But1. It's looking great. That's so good. Is 𝗘𝗀𝗢𝗿𝗍 the best mid laner in the league? He's not even the best mid laner on his team. But here comes a top lane dive. Simon dashes away. And once again, it's But1 starting the show. And 𝗁𝘅 this time putting a stop to it.
But1 is everywhere. But1 is roaming more than the enemy TF. He's just setting up all his players on his team for success.
He's setting them up, is he?
Yeah,
he's setting them up.
Yeah.
𝗘𝘀𝗽𝗏, he is left alone though. The teleport comes in immediately, but this could be really bad, as they could just do part 2 of the dive. But 𝗘𝘀𝗽 gets so much damage out. That was amazing. And now 𝗁𝘅 has a great chance to keep this one going. He wants to purge these demons as he's going on forward. He gets the triple kill. And Xin wonders, where did it all go wrong?
𝗁𝘅 typing all me.
That was so good out of 𝗘𝘀𝗽𝗏.
Yeah, 𝗘𝘀𝗽𝗏's kiting was exquisite there. Of course, 𝗁𝘅 also played it nicely.
Well, let's have a look at this replay so we do see it. This was perfect from 𝗘𝘀𝗽𝗏.
Is dead. Yeah, 𝗘𝘀𝗽𝗏 is dead at this point already, and what he makes out of this is insane. He's very nice kiting downwards, so the enemy team has to kind of has to choose to either go under turret against the TP or go to the top side, which in the end ultimately caused their death here. So triple kill for 𝗁𝘅. 𝗘𝘀𝗽𝗏 gets away only with a single assist, I believe. So very sad boy, but he made that play happen.
𝗁𝘅 just solo dragged. He's gonna die for it, but oh no, the missed synergy. The ace in the hole didn't get the kill because of the Tempered Fate. Now PHT will get the kill, but Vit definitely spamming those question marks on his support. You're meant to support me, not the mid laner.
Nope. Xin is griefing his lane partner. He's like, you picked Caitlyn, you lost lane. You don't deserve any kill. I can see it. I've played solo queue.
I mean, I can't say I blame them. If you lose lane on Caitlyn, why are you even here? But this is pretty fantastic so far out of EVS. They've overstepped a couple of times, particularly Sorn has been caught with his hand in the cookie jar. But overall, it's been a great performance.
Still 30 VCS ahead.
Exactly.
And we have another dive.
Vit is on fire. The teleport's coming in. It's going to be a 3v4, but it's made into a 3v3 real damn quick. As down goes Caitlyn. They've got to play against the Twisted Fate. Simon arrives. He calls in the ram, and Sorn is once again punished. And this time, B's paid with him.
DK is just sitting there quietly thinking to himself, jungle diff. He hasn't done anything this game. He's just there to collect the kill. It's amazing.
Going lethality as well. Oh, whoa, hang on. Whoa, we can't go to a replay. There's a play in the bot lane. Oh, we're going to have to see what happens. There was a tower dive as we cut to the replay, but what happened?
We've talked about this a lot of times already in this game. There are some globals in the enemy team, and you might want to respect them, EVS, especially if you're playing against better opponents. This time around, 2 teleports arrive, and But1 is just smartly making the call to just run out of there. As quickly as he came, he's out of there again and sacrifices to other air members, as we see more kills happening. We had 14 kills for EVS. Not sure how many we missed.
Can we get a replay? That was not a good time to cut to a replay there, production. That top lane dive that bot lane dive, I should say, was definitely happening. Hopefully we get another replay.
So, there was a solo kill in mid lane, and the turret fell as well. First turret for EVOS. Second one is going to follow soon, with 𝗘𝘀𝗽𝗍𝗃 pushing in the top lane.
There it is.
Yeah, there we go. And we don't have a replay now. I think they are just a little bit too scared to go to a replay.
Well, it would be bad. It would be bad timing right now, as B has definitely made a mistake. Smoke screen into the gold card, and that is a dead karma. It wasn't the best start by Simon, but hey, no harm, no foul.
Well, they traded the kill for a bot lane turret, so they need to get some more gold here to make the kill worthwhile. They're only 4 kills down, but 4k gold down too. So.
You know what's hilarious this game? Vit, the OPG ADC player, is the fourth place ADC this game. Let's have a look at this replay. We did miss this play in the other replay.
Okay.
Well, that was easy. Wait, this isn't even the bot lane play. Are we ever going to know what happened in bot lane? It's a mystery. What happened in bot lane? Maybe not. It's possible no one died, so they're not going to replay it.
DK got another kill in the top lane play, right?
Yeah.
Trying to reverse engineer his kills here.
I think maybe they didn't die. It was but one under tower. He's pretty big. So
Yeah,
maybe they
maybe.
backed off.
Yeah, he's pretty tanky. Probably just survived the dive or something.
Yeah.
So OPG closed the gold gap to a mere 2.9k at 15 minutes. That's respectable.
We've seen worse situations, but
For sure.
top lane.
Sure.
Just top lane gold lead there, by the way, your way.
Ew.
Yeah, that's 4,000
Yeah.
gold.
Side lanes are going to be a little bit hard, though it's quite hard to actually make it work against TF. We've seen him time and time again get caught by TF. I would like to see him go for a pretty early QSS to actually outplay the situation, because all the gold will not matter if you only have aggressive stats or like AD. Of course, there we go, QSS build. He's listening to me, nice. Because now he can actually outplay the side lane play from PHT and maybe even threaten a 1v2. So now he's in a position to go to hard commit to 1-3-1 as we have another.
Oh, Sworn's in a lot of trouble. He goes very low, but the ram comes in. There's the shutdown.
Oh.
Graves is going down. 𝗘𝘀𝗽𝗍𝗃 gets shot with an ace in the hole, but he's already done enough. And that is just the one kill somehow. Oh, 𝗬𝗏 wants to.
Bottom one with his haymakers is on point. He hit another sweet spot there.
Yeah.
To secure the kill
It was
on
really
the KDK at flash available.
This set's been very good so far.
Absolutely. He's everywhere, setting up all the other players in his team. And it's going to be the third dragon. We're in Mountain Rift, which is, of course, a little bit... Oh, there's something happening in mid lane.
Yep, Xin is trying to magical journey out of them, but 𝗬𝗏 wants to bring the thunder. But unfortunately, the clouds did clear.
But one is here. He's fast.
Well, he just stepped in a trap and
Not
said,
anymore,
are you
though.
going to bother shooting me? No. He's a tanky boy. 𝗬𝗏 pops that QSS there, was a little bit scared of the stun. The Mountain Drake has gone down.
Mechanics. He's showing off today. He wants to threaten 𝗘𝘀𝗽𝗍𝗃's spot on the roster. They have so many top laners, so maybe if he wants to have another go on the ADC position, but one can play top lane, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
And there was some Captain Jack QSSing there. That was very clean for 𝗬𝗏. And another objective is going to bite the dust. EVOS just controlling everything on the map. They're actually a very good team when it comes to controlling objectives, even from behind against last week when they played against, was it Cerberus? Team Secret.
Yeah.
One of the two. They played. I believe it was Team Secret where they played against them, and no, it was Cerberus in fact. So they were behind by like 10 kills almost, but only 1k gold down because they controlled. Oh, okay.
Oh, wow. That's so much damage. That's gross.
Controlled every single objective. Is what I wanted to say, but then 𝗬𝗏 wanted to cut me off again. He is almost at the flame horizon at 18 minutes. That's one of the earliest we've seen in this league, at least.
That's ridiculous.
There is, of course, I think I remember one game last season, last season, 2019, where he had Renekton into something, and they perma-dive top lane, I think on as well, or Sion, maybe a Sion. And he was 100 CS ahead at 17 minutes or something. That was ridiculous.
Oh my god. Look at 𝗬𝗏. He gets exhausted, but it doesn't even matter. He doesn't need to have a rest, mum. He can play video games all night. as he has just gotten another easy solo kill. And this top lane Lucian, that's pretty broken. When 𝗂𝘃𝗏 is playing.
Pretty strong from ahead. It's pretty strong
and he TP's out. The 𝗃𝗀𝗙𝗿𝗏 and the stun. Zin, you could have opened with those. Just saying, dude. I don't actually think you really wanted to stop him. I think you might have died, but... the trap line is being dissected. Sorn, you are probably not the ones to tank that. But it doesn't matter. They're just slowly pushing in.
I think Sorn's just bait this game. He's just there to bait the fights. He has gone down 3 times, by far the biggest inter in his team, together with 𝗂𝘃𝗏. But I mean, he's still super strong. Look at the goal. He's actually behind 1k gold because DK got all of the kills early on, but he's still 30 CS ahead in this matchup.
Oh, hello. 𝗂𝘃𝗏 has been caught out. They want revenge. The ace in the hole. Again, guys, let your ADC have the kill.
Yeah, they did. They did. Graves got the kill, right?
Okay. Oh, Vit must be moulding at the moment. He's had 2 ace in the holes that were definitely going to kill, and they've just been taken. It's brutal.
And this is the problem with the very aggressive build on 𝗂𝘃𝗏. Of course, you have to go a very aggressive build on Lucian. But if you don't have the QSS, you're just going to get caught and just going to get picked off by the very easy stun setup from PHT. So
Yeah.
he probably should just wait for his QSS to be available again, because he can outplay then. Of course, smokescreen also kind of annoying for Lucian. He doesn't really know where to dash. He needs to get away from the smokescreen, but if he dashed in the wrong direction, maybe he's dead anyway. So
Yeah.
let's see how he adapts his playstyle.
I mean, part of the problem is, like, you can outplay all you want. There is a certain amount of just brute force that you're going to die anyway. And with the Twisted Fate, with the roaming Bard and that, it's not super easy for him to play side lanes when there's no objectives up for his team to take. So probably just shouldn't be pushed out that far, if we're totally honest.
Simon is finally getting some solo experience. He's close to level 13, which is going to be important for the big soul fight in 1 minute. He needs to hit level 13 to get his items.
Mm-hmm.
It's only 1 item at this point, by the way. He's so far behind, he doesn't even have the second on item completed.
That's very, very rough.
Yeah, it's not the greatest of situations for the on.
Can DK carry this? 2 lethality items done, 7 and 3 on Graves.
I mean,
is there hope?
I don't think so. First of all, it's Graves, so the hope wasn't really there in the first place for me.
I mean,
then second of all, his team is still 5k gold down, so...
I mean, it makes sense. They kicked Hope. Hope was their coach, and they got rid of him, so they're no hope. I mean, you could say that even with him there, they were definitely still no hope. As
there was very little hope, to be fair. They are actually on a 10 series losing streak right now. They won the very first series they played in this league. They played against 𝗘𝗀𝗏𝗏 alone. That is still their only serious victory. So.
𝗃𝗀𝗙𝗏 Fate comes out. That stops the 𝑏ut1 engage. He obviously doesn't want to do it with that 𝗃𝗀𝗏𝗏. There is the Twisted Fate ultimate, but he immediately takes all that CC. Does go gold, though. Bit of a Messiah play. In comes the Ornhorn. They want to try and kill this set, but he is just too tanky, flashing away. 𝗂𝘃𝗏 coming in from the side, gets exhausted, trying to cut through Simon, who takes a lot of damage, but not quite lethal.
And they just earned themselves a Mountain Soul, because there's no one to contest that anymore. DK flashed away, ulted away, so he can't even get into the pit. 𝗃𝗀𝗏𝗏 stayed alive even though he was the sole recipient of all the attention from the enemy team. So now it's going to be the Soul at 23 minutes. We are in for a little bit of a quicker series today.
Yeah.
Let's look at this engage again. 𝗏1 with very good zoning. No one wants to step close to 𝗃𝗀𝗏𝗏, because 𝗏1 is just threatening the face breaker. Then just stops PHT into the enemy team. PHT needs to go golden, as I said. And 𝗂𝘃𝗏𝗏 is a little bit sad because he wanted to really get the quadra kill here, but immediately gets exhausted by Simon. It's like, well, whatever. Yeah. And 𝗂𝘃𝗏𝗏 once again. This time should have QSS available.
He certainly does. He's dealing a lot of damage. He rips out the machine guns, trying to do as much as he can, but does take a little bit too much. And look, finally an ace in the hole's going to land, but this time it's not enough. But PHT with a flash gold card will send 𝗂𝘃𝗏𝗏 a nice little birthday card. What?
You know, he could have done that a little bit earlier to give the kill to Vit, but of course, that's not what he wants.
Giving the kill to Vit? Why would you do that? He sucks.
Yeah.
And now, I'm joking, by the way. Xin takes a bit of damage, but has dissuaded the Baron. The Tempered Fate was good. It's not reset. OPG might go for a bit of a flip play here, as it is 4v5, but everyone is actually just going to disengage instead.
Smite here to get the Baron. Would have been one way to get back into this game. They've already given up the soul, so Baron into then Elder Dragon could be a way to win this game. EVS is still fancying their chances, and of course Xerath will respawn with teleport available.
Which he immediately uses. He does arrive. They do a lot of damage to this Baron. 6k health. OPG.
All of the Forge God is available. It's very threatening.
It's already used.
Area.
There it is. Double knockup, and in goes an Ash Arrow, getting a lot done. But one show stops to make some distance up and slams Simon into the dirt. The Baron will not be taken, but the Ornn will.
How did he survive that? He is playing out of his mind on the set. Just standing on the front line and disengaging in the exact and the perfect situation or the perfect timing to stay alive and get out with his life while still killing the enemy tank. Simon swapped to Smite, by the way. They were ready for the double contest.
Yeah, I mean it's the right call, to be fair. Xerath gets himself a blue buff. Probably getting himself a solo kill. No, he does have QSS, but he's not going to go for it. 1v3 is a little bit too much, even for Xerath.
I expected more from him.
Well, they're just going straight on. They're just going straight back on Baron.
Yeah, there isn't really much they can do right now. Siege is not really their strong suit in this this composition. They have double ADC, so it's super risky to Siege.
Tempered Fate used again. Baron has a bit of a freeze, but 2k health. It's going to go down very, very fast here. Can there be a steal? Yes, there can! DK keeps the hope alive. He goes down, but his team gets the big boy buff.
And there we go. Suddenly the game is actually pretty close. Look at the goal totals. OPG is hanging in there. They have a super strong Graves. They've decently scaled up on to be the frontliner. So
the problem with
finally hitting some items.
Is there's a Nidalee and he went Frozen Fist.
Well, listen, yeah, the Nidalee will cause some problems, some headaches. Okay, Xerath, why are you
Xerath so far forward? That's completely silly. What are you doing?
That's a kill for Bit.
He got a kill. DK, he shouldn't. It was a 50-50, I suppose. It was 14-14.
Yeah, it was a 50-50, but it should never be a 50-50. You have but one. Did he have ultimate available? That's the important question. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe the ultimate was not available, because you should mark the enemy jungler and just ult him away whenever he tries to get in there. Instead, they gave up the Baron, and now EVS has to wait for the next
We've got word from production. Sorn didn't have Smite. That's a horrible mistake. That can't happen. But they might try and redeem themselves a little bit, trying to get revenge on this thief. But he does slip away into the night, and now he's called in his whole gang, and Sorn has to burn the flash.
Sorn is playing a little bit too aggressive in this whole game. I think he's a little bit too far forward. The early double kill didn't really go well. For the rest of the game. Okay, he's still dealing a lot of damage.
Well, he's gone the full damage Nidalee build. He's no support here.
I mean, you have two ADCs. They don't need support. You also have B, to be fair. So he's there to support the ADCs.
Yeah, of course.
Sorn is here for the AP damage.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's the wrong decision. I'm just saying it's a lot of damage. I think it's very much the correct decision. And it also helps with Ornn, because he's gone all armor, which means he basically just takes full damage from Sorn. I'm
a little surprised that Xerath is not going for any kind of penetration here into the Ornn. Just banking on the fact that he's going to be able to cut him down with his Blade of the Rune King. Not the biggest fan. 𝗘𝘀𝗽𝗍 once again got
Xin is in a lot of trouble. They use a lot on him, but he goes down, no problem. The culling comes out, takes Vit very low, and despite the Baron buff, it is still very much EVOS's game.
Absolutely is. They are still far ahead. They still have the Mountain Soul for Elemental Dragons as well, to give them some extra stats. Of course, maybe not the most impactful dragons overall, but it's
great
still
for
nice
But1.
to have.
But1 is very tanky.
He has so much armor now. It's very hard for the enemy team to ever get through him, and especially with PhD going for the more utility-based build, who's going to kill but one? There's no magic damage.
Yep.
The only real magic damage.
And Graves is lethality, which is even worse. But let's see if this fight will go any better for OPG. Look how fast 𝗏1 is. You say Set's muscles are his big one. I think it's his cardio. As in goes 𝗧𝘂𝗏. He's got that first kill. It's a 1-for-1 at the moment. Can they find any more? 𝗏1 pumping those legs, trying to get in. Everyone on OPG is bleeding on the ground. 𝗁 goes over the wall, throwing out the spears. 𝗘𝘀𝗽𝗢𝗍 fires some shots into the back of Simon, takes him down. Freljord not respecting its gods.
Do that, only for support. Do they want to go for the finish here?
It looks like they definitely do. I don't blame them. 𝗘𝘀𝗽𝗍𝗍 comes in, turns one of the towers off, not the super well placed one there. 𝗁, he takes a lot of damage, gets a big heal on himself. He's low, but he is alive. No minion wave. I think 𝗧𝘂𝗏 can finish that tower, but chooses to play it safe. They're still going for the end, though. They want to win right here, right now. Here comes that Ash Arrow. Bang! Down goes Bard. And without him, this song will not be sung. 𝗁 goes in for a little bit of a turbo int, but it does not matter. DK and Vit have the world on their shoulders, but they do not have a Nexus at their side. And that will be EVOS taking game 1. Woo! That was a pretty insane game.
Very good steal from DK. Actually looking super strong at this game.
Very true. But we will be back in a couple of minutes for our analysts to talk about that one. We'll see you guys soon. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. Here on VCS English, it was not a close game one. DK did his best to keep it going, but it really wasn't enough. What do we think, Vinny? Give us your breakdown. You were watching. What do you reckon?
So it was really just...
I've got you guys in the wrong boxes, I just noticed. I'll fix that while you guys are talking.
It was a bit of... It was part player diff, part draft diff. It just kind of nothing worked probably for...
You could say they were hopeless.
Yeah, you can. But yeah, you just saw the bot lane and the top lane got smashed, and that was in part due to player difference, but a lot of that was the champions. You can't do anything into 𝗘𝘀𝗽𝗏 You can't do anything into Lucian and Zorn without ganks. And DK did gank, and they were able to get kills, but that's where the player diff factors into it, and it was a little too little too late. Now that said, Zeros could have won a lot harder if he'd gone for Black Cleaver and thus nullified so much of the Ornn's armor, because you could see it towards the late game. Ornn was hard to kill on the side of EVOS. They had to spend a lot of time to get him down, but if you have Black Cleaver, that's a lot easier. So, but minor gripes aside, yeah, just couldn't do anything in the side lanes, and in the mid lane, you just got outplayed hard by Bot1.
Yeah, so speaking of that mid lane, Bot1 is going to win our MVP. His set was fantastic. Yes, Zeros made a lot of flashy plays. He was definitely in contention, but in the end, we think it was Bot1 that really broke the game open. Yes, that too. So we are going to crack swiftly into game here, or into draft. Vinny, what would you like to see OPG change up to give themselves a chance in game 2?
Don't draft losing lanes. That's the main thing. You can prioritize Caitlyn all you want, but you have to remove things like the Karma if you want any chance to survive. She has basically single-handedly shut down every Jinx lane, every Caitlyn lane we've seen. Sorry. The Jinx game was just Jinx got a couple of early kills from ganks, but that's not relevant. I just said Jinx for no reason. I want to see Jinx.
Welcome back, everybody. Do apologize for that. OBS is a program that doesn't like me, to say the least. As we are cracking swiftly on with the draft, what are we reacting to so far? You keep saying the same thing, Vinny. Do you want to explain?
Basically, so we saw the Volibear first pick, which is bad, but whatever. And then it's like, oh, Overpower can pick 𝗘𝗀𝗃𝗃, and they picked Caitlyn Lux. Not bad. Now I was saying pick 𝗘𝗃𝗃𝗃, and you just smashed that bot lane again. They've decided to completely ignore me. They've decided to half ignore me and pick the 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗃,
sorry,
which is
continue.
a lot of which is poke, but 𝗘𝗃𝗃𝗃. It would have been better. And Elisa's back.
Yeah, a lot of early action though, drafted for Overpower. So you wanted to see winning lanes from Overpower, and I guess you could set up something like Renekton and Elise to win some lanes, or maybe what goes well in mid lane with Elise. Ryze Elise works well, double CC, or anything that has an easy stun to land. So maybe that's the way to victory, the path to another game win. Of course, Overpower has actually won some games against better teams. Against Team Secret, they took a game, admittedly against Zika, but still. Against GAM, they took a game, so they can win single games. The series is where it really is not coming together for this team. Lucian banned from EVOS. That is interesting.
Don't want PHT playing it. He does play it a lot.
Don't want don't
I would want
play the
𝗘𝗀𝗢
Lucian
playing
into
it if I
the
played
lane.
against 𝗘𝗀𝗢.
Yeah, taking these 80 carries away from
Harsh but fair.
BHT.
Kind of helping him
He's
out.
Back to the Twisted Fate.
Oh, this works too. This is very easy stun setup too, of course. Twisted Fate W into the cocoon, double CC, very easy chain, and very easy kill. It's double AP though, so maybe we see something like a Galio to withstand the double AP pressure.
Essentially.
Still
That's a rumble.
wrong.
Okay. That's probably mid
one
lane.
mid laner.
Yeah.
It's probably
Again,
going to be
They
one of
look-
those.
I think it will be but one playing it. The lane assignment could actually still be top.
I mean, you
I
can.
think Jace doesn't do too well into this double CC setup, so I
Sure.
believe it's going to be Rumble mid lane, just pushing out waves and then backing off to not offer that much of an opportunity for Overpower to punish him. And of course, but one is a top laner, so you can only play top lane champs. We are back to Kiaya. Oh my, no, please, no R5 on. Get me
You're
out.
not gonna R5 on into
Oh.
What's worse,
Into
R5 Ornn?
Jace.
What's worse, R5 Ornn or R5 Renekton?
on.
Yes, I
It's not
agree.
even a question. It's on.
I hate on.
Like R5 Renekton is a waste of draft resources, but you're still getting
At
a
least it
champion.
wins lane. At least
You're
it's
getting
good
a
with
champion.
it. Yeah.
Why is Ezreal here? You
don't
could have gone Ashe,
You could have.
and you
And
would
Diffkid
have.
is a good Ashe. He does play a very good Ashe game.
Yeah, exactly, and you would have smacked lane a lot harder than you would as this.
I guess they're
I
scared
guess-
of Lux. That's the only reason.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
can think
this
of.
Ezreal is a little bit more self-sufficient. Look at the other champs in this composition. They want to dive in. They have a Rumble ultimate and then the Karma sped up Bear diving into the backline. So I guess Ezreal is going to be a little bit more self-sufficient in the backline, dance around with his E and provide a little bit of poke at the start and in the middle of the fight. So I can see where they wanted to go here with the Ezreal. I think Ashe could have worked too, offering a little bit more engage, but I don't actually mind the Ezreal too much.
Very fair. So, Vinny, give us your final few thoughts and a prediction.
I mean, overall, I think OPG is going all in on the early game with that Elise pick and the Twisted Fate. They're gonna probably try and dive bot a lot, which is another fair reason for the Ezreal if you predicted that. But
But did they predict it?
I don't think they did. I think they just picked Ezreal because haha Ezreal.
Yeah.
I don't know, but overall, I mean, player diff is going to play into this massively. It's going to be EVOS.
Fair enough. We'll have to see if you're right after the game. We'll see you then. We're heading on to the Rift. Yulwei, what do you think going into this one? Where are your eyes drawn? Where's the early game action?
DK. DK was the most impressive player in the last game from OPG. He has been the standout player, I'd say, the whole split together with Xin. So I want to see if DK can make anything happen. There's some nice synergy with bot and mid lane when it comes to CC setups. Even top lane could work. It's not quite as easy to land against the Jace. But last game we actually saw Zero struggling to avoid the knock up from on. So all lanes offer a little bit of CC assistance, and then you have the Cocoon to set up, maybe even set up the kill. Flash Cocoon could come in the mid lane to get an easy first kill on bot 1. So I'd like to see a lot of action from DK. We have to point out though, bot 1 smartly adapting his summoner's choices and went with the cleanse to be safe of the double stun here. So that's interesting because you can't follow now with teleport, so it's definitely going to hurt the other lanes.
Mhm.
But if you make the judgment that the enemy team's game plan here is to perma-gank mid lane and accelerate PHT and DK, then the cleanse is actually comes in very handy and is very smart. So we have to see if OPG now counter mind games EVOS in a way and says, okay, here's cleanse, we will not attack mid lane, instead we're going to use our global pressure, and he can't follow because he went cleanse over teleport, and
Ooh.
accelerate some other lanes.
Wow, that's some big brain stuff. But you know what else is really big brain? Killing the Caitlyn at level 1. B could get answered onto, but nope. Yep, so that happened. The teleport's going to come in. It is Vit coming back, but they just walk away. You know who else has teleport?
And
𝗘𝘀𝗽𝗍.
𝗘𝘀𝗽𝗍, yeah. Well, Vit was very fast, at least. What happened there? It's Karma, it's the Karma diff, and also a little bit of player diff still. Oh, 𝗘𝘀𝗽𝗍 actually chooses to stay in lane. Xin is half HP, and B needs to recall. That's a little bit of a weird decision here. He might get a little bit of single target experience, or solo experience, I should say. That's an interesting choice to make. You could have hard reset here, use to kill gold, and get like the makings of a tier. But I guess he wants to go with the full tier or even the sheen with the first reset.
So how did this start up? Because that shouldn't really happen. Okay, well, that's how.
Yep. Mantra Q is a lot of damage in the early game. Vid has no defensive summoners because he went TP. So he's dead.
So,
unfortunately.
Can our good team start picking Caitlyn so that the stats make sense? Because Caitlyn's win rate's getting tanked.
Yeah, it's true.
But one
So
in
this is the
trouble,
first attempt.
but they don't go for it.
Yeah, he has cleanse, as I said before. It's very
You've got to
hard
force
cleanse.
it at some point, though, right? There it is. Now it's burned, so you can come back now.
Okay, and now the cleanse was absolutely useless. He did not need to cleanse there. Nope. So now he doesn't have cleanse, as he said. So there, the repeat back gank is possible. Instead, DK is going to look for a bot lane dive. Quite risky.
It is. 𝗘𝘀𝗽𝗍
But
did
Karma
get
is
that
still
reset
level 1,
off.
so no E.
True. They should be hitting it off like the next couple minions, though, so this needs to happen now. They didn't get it off
Where's
that wave.
Level 2? He's
That's a
still level 1.
disaster here. Now this is 4 people in the bot lane. This could be a double kill for OPG. The Lucent Singularity splitting them up. PHT, they just want 𝗘𝘀𝗽𝗍. B is saying, sorry, dude, but I'm going to jet. And that ADC goes down.
It's so sad to see EVOS not covering for their bot lane after they made such a cool play in level 1, or level 2, level 1, yeah.
What's level 1?
You had teleport available for Zeros. Son could have passed towards bot lane to protect them. Instead, they just give up the life for 𝗘𝘀𝗽𝗍, and the whole early 2v2 advantage is negated. It's even turned around now with Vid, with a significant CS advantage, got the kill, is going to be close to mining a plate.
Did
he get a plate?
Yeah, they've already got a
Oh,
plate.
wow.
It would have been split between all 3, but they did get a plate. Ooh, Sorn is going to try and answer back. But one is here, but there is no equalizer. Sorn is going to go under. But one taking up the tower. Simon, he takes a bit of damage, but nowhere near enough. And EVOS starting out a bit flat-footed.
Well played from Simon. He knew exactly what was hitting him. And of course, you have to consider diving on is actually something a lot of teams like to do, especially early on before you hit 6. But you have to bring 2 CCs, because the problem is On can immune 1 CC, and if you only bring 1 CC to the table, it's not going to work. And you only had 1 real CC, the 1 stun from 𝗁𝗍𝗍, between all 3 of you, so that's not good enough to kill the On even before he hits level 6, even before he had any chance to swap his summoners.
Oh
he didn't
no,
even have an
𝗘𝘀𝗽𝗍, he just E'd forward. He's going to be a victim of his own hubris here. He goes for the counter kill. He's not too far off, but there was never really any question. And, well, maybe
𝗘𝘀𝗽𝗍 is tilted.
Maybe the Caitlyn will get a win.
𝗘𝘀𝗽𝗍 is really tilted with this early game. This is so rough for him. They hard outplayed the enemy bot lane. Then once again, for some reason, winning the trades here. I'm not quite sure how. I guess Xin went for a roam or something. So they won the trades against Vid. And for some reason, 𝗘𝘀𝗽𝗍 overextends without vision of the enemy jungler and gets punished again. He's 20 CS down, 2 kills to Vid, who is already sitting on a BF sword, while the Ezreal is on tier. So
wow, Vit's already done more damage this game than he did last game.
It's true.
Yeah, so the Caitlyn sort of being redeemed. I thought it was going to be a disaster after that level 1 play, but here we are. But one baited in the mid laner there. PHT saw a juicy recall to interrupt, but in the end, it was the big bait.
NK and Xin, both almost full HP, could go for a counter gank. They're level 4 though. Yeah, that's too risky into bot 1. Bot 1 has quite a lot of damage. The early base damage for Rumble is insanely high. Level 3 on his Q, of course, already. So that's very risky for Xin. He has flash available, but you don't really want to waste the flash there. By the way, just wanted to point out, as we have a little bit of a lull here, Xin, the first of our Lux supports to actually go Spell Thieves. So
Yeah.
Good to see. Actually, a good item choice for Xin will give him a lot more AP. Actually, even bring him to AP levels where he can threaten kills in the mid game. I love to see that.
Can I point out something a little bit more cheeky?
Go ahead.
So evidently something has been changed, and this Lux skin has been removed from the banned skin list, and every single Lux we've seen has used it. Perhaps the skin is overpowered. There's a reason it was banned.
Maybe it gives you a little bit of an unfair advantage. By the way, yesterday in LEC, I spotted High Noon Thresh being played.
Oh, okay. They've changed up the banned skin list then.
Yeah, they might have just removed all the banned skins.
That they shouldn't.
And I believe this TF skin is one of the banned skins, or was one of the banned skins as well.
No, I don't.
It's another one.
Maybe. I don't think. No. It's Underworld. Underworld Twisted Fate. This is. No, this is Underworld. That is Underworld.
This is Underworld Twisted Fate.
It is. It was last game it was Pulsefire that he was using. That's Underworld Twisted Fate. These skins are all banned. They're banned for a reason, Riot. They're broken.
Yeah, apparently they're not banned anymore. Interesting.
That's a big change,
Look, that's cute.
There's a big dive as they come in and bang, there it is. He's not invisible as he gets that free kill. Equalizer coming in. They want to try and turn something around, but it's still a 4v3. In the end, it's just clearing the minions.
Equalizer was not well communicated. I feel like they could have gone for a kill on someone like Xin there. Still level 5, so pretty squishy. That he just cleared the minions, and they're going to give up the first objective.
That is Pulsefire TF. You're lying to me. That is Pulsefire.
I didn't know TF skins.
That's Pulsefire TF. I thought it was. And you lied.
Fair enough. I mean, they look kind of similar, no? The cards kind of look similar to each other. It's always cards, so I don't know. Is this Pulsefire TF?
Yes, you can tell by the picker card.
I'm not sure.
You can tell by the picker card. It is one. Yulwei, you're gonna have to trust me on this one. It's the
okay, fair enough.
It's the chroma you could buy with tokens. I have this skin.
Okay.
That's how I know.
Fair enough. I don't play TF. I just am very annoyed when I can't see his cards. There's one skin where his cards don't even have different colors.
Yeah, that's
like not the picker card, but the Q card.
That's the Underworld.
Yeah, okay. That's the broken skin. So at least we don't have that one. But it's definitely the broken Lux skin.
Yeah.
The Legion Lux where you can't see a Q.
High Noon Thresh is probably the most broken skin in the game. If that's being allowed in the LEC, I can't believe it. That skin is...
No, it was played yesterday. I'm pretty sure.
That skin is absolutely broken. Don't allow that, please. Fix that animation. But you know what else is pretty broken? Caitlyn.
Yeah, I knew you would say that. Yeah, Caitlyn is pretty strong. She is now finally getting a good lane for herself, against Karma even, and that is mostly due to the fact that 𝗙𝘃𝗃𝗍 just continue to die over and over again. 4 plates without a Rift ult, and Xerath has to flash. Once again, disrespecting the 𝗀𝗄𝗎𝗍. Xerath is really bad against 𝗀 when it comes to skirmishes. He's really good in lane against 𝗀, in terms of out-CSing him. Every single time we see him play against 𝗀, he messes something up against the combo. So there we go. First turret is going to be a race for EVOS, and they secure the first turret instead of giving it over to the Caitlyn. So that's a good adaptation, just completely sacking bot lane, because they know bot lane is not really a play they can go for. Caitlyn super far ahead.
This is a big push here by EVOS. That's a lot of turret damage.
Yeah, another charge. That's always nice. You always want to get the second charge. And I am in love with Xerath's build. There we go. This is the good Jace build. Mana Moon, Jace. It's such a strong item on him. If you can't get kills on lane, go Mana Moon all the time. Because it scales so well into mid and late game. Gives you extra damage. Gives you a lot of single target burst damage against squishy targets later on too. Especially with the added lethality. So it's a very strong item. I really like Jace's go for Mana Moon. It's especially good in compositions with Ezreal, in my opinion, because you go tier anyway, right? You wait for the tier power spike anyway, so why not go double tier and double down on the power spike?
Yeah, why not? It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense to me. Finally, that Jace build coming in. I think it's a really, really good build, personally.
And the item is just broken, so you should build it on any champ that can build it, so
essentially.
Makes a lot of sense.
And Caitlyn has moved up to the top lane. No more mining to be done in the bot. But look who is here. It's all of the boys. B somehow still level 5. Twisted Fate ultimate coming
It's
out.
only 1 CC.
Yep.
They always only bring 1 CC to the table. They need 2 CCs. Okay, they only have 1 CC on their team.
Okay, that's bad communication, I feel like. They saw the Twisted Fate ult and were like, oh no, he's going to teleport down. He must have teleported 2 lane. Now, I take it back. He must have teleported 2 lane.
So 𝗂𝘂𝗧 actually was very impressive there with movement against Simon. He dodged every single turret shot, so he went in and out of turret range in the perfect way, and now he's still trying to go for the dive. Simon.
Yeah, oh my god.
Wait, what was that flash?
What did we just see?
Very bad on play.
Are you kidding me, Simon? Like, is this a wind-up? Is this a joke? Am I getting trolled? Like, I don't understand. What?
We need a slow-mo of that. We need a slow-mo of that for our Twitter. Just shaming him over. I need a loop of that. That was so bad.
Well, I mean, this is actually pretty good because now when we do our review of our casting, we can just, if I call a bad team fight, I can say, Simon did. Because this was shocking. Let's have a look at this. This is some of the worst Ornn play I've ever seen. What are you doing? Oh my god!
It looks so clunky too. Oh god. Oh, that was hilarious.
Oh, they're going
Simon
for him
again.
Yeah. So, Simon. Maybe they should bring in someone else. Hey, Simon, is he okay? Can someone check on him? Is one of his hands broken?
To be fair to Simon, he has looked like the better top laner in almost all of the OPG games. So what happened here? They tried to go for a kill on 𝗂𝘂𝗧. They're 2 levels down. Did Xin survive this play? I don't believe he did.
No, he died.
Nope. Oh, all of his skill shots, please get me out.
This is getting a little bit painful.
Oh well, Simon used his W before, so he can't immune the Q from 𝗘𝗀𝗢𝗍, and they give the kill over to 𝗙𝘃𝗃𝗍, who's a very happy boy, because so far he hasn't really been playing with many resources, got the blue buff too, so now he's going to be happy and stack up his tier for the double tier power spike. Suddenly, we're actually looking at a gold lead for EVOS, because Simon single-handedly turned around this game. So, very impactful player. OPG was looking for impactful players.
It's almost like when you're building a team, you don't just take a random Pyke 1 trick out of Challenger tier and stick him in as your top laner.
So, I really need to cut him some slack. I think today has been his worst performance.
Yeah, I do agree. I do agree. But that bot... Oh, hello! They're going to get a kill back. That's a big shutdown. Xin.
Over to Elise, though.
Yeah, but still. Oh, and, okay. Ezreal just solo killed Caitlyn. Well. Okay. Cool. I guess. I guess that's the thing that happens. Simon taking a lot of damage, but he is a very tanky boy, even with no completed items.
He doesn't really look very tanky to me.
Oh, double flash immediately there, trying to get away from PHT. 𝗙𝘃𝗃𝗍's in a lot of trouble. Should have access to that arcane shift very, very soon. They don't turn it around, though, as the light binding was whiffing on through.
I hate that lock skin.
Yeah, it's broken. The skin is broken. It should be banned.
So TP coming in from 𝗏. He's there to siege. That's his only purpose in this team composition. There's another light binding lance on B, who's probably wondering what hit him because he didn't see anything.
PHT, he's coming in from the back. There's an acceleration gate, but Simon... Did
you see that damage on the back line?
Yeah.
Xin was full HP.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
That's the power of Manamuna Jace, by the way. Please go Manamuna Jace.
Are they going to stop this recall from Simon? They absolutely are. You know who else is going to die? Simon. Xin survives by the hair on his chinny chin. Oh my god. Because that shield came in after the damage. He was on about 10
The first
health.
iteration actually hit him. I think the first... Oh, what happened? Okay, 𝗏 is very low.
Okay. Wasn't a true 1v1.
That W connection was a little bit questionable too. And, well, 𝗙𝘃𝗃𝗍 hit all his skill shots, so nicely done.
Yep, well done by
𝗙𝘃𝗃𝗍.
You gotta be said though, 𝗏 still doing fine in this matchup. Hate his build. Oh, okay. I cursed him there.
Nice caster curse.
That was a big caster curse. Wow. Clip that for me. I need to be able to prove that I'm magic. That was a very big caster curse.
Just exploded, man. Why is Wit always this low in HP? What is happening to him? He seems to be always low in HP. I'm not sure why. So, 𝗁𝘂𝗍 deals a lot of damage. We just saw that again. I haven't played Jace in a while, but I believe level 12 you have your Q on level 6, right? I believe that's the level where you can max Q. So his Q is now on max base damage.
Max level 5. He doesn't get a 6th level.
No. He has 6 levels on Q.
Does he?
Jace? He has, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, because he has 3 levels on his ultimate, but the first you get on level 1.
Of course.
So Q has actually 6 points.
You are correct. You are correct. Of course. Silly me.
Is Jace the champion that has 6 levels on every ability?
No, because you can level your ult, you just don't. That's.
I haven't played Jace in a while. He definitely has 6 points on his Q.
That's 𝗙𝗃𝗍𝗍, I think.
No, 𝗙𝗃𝗍𝗍 can level her ultimate. She definitely can level it.
Whatever. You know who can't level much? It's going to be But1, as he is going to go down. We'll have to check those stats. We are a little bit confused, as 𝗁𝗍𝗍𝗍 ult used to get away. So they will just take 1 free kill for OPG.
And they get out, though. 𝗁𝘂𝗍 is on the chase. Simon...
Yeah, they're fine.
Well, it's pretty tanky. He has now built a little bit of armor, so 𝗁𝘂𝗍 is not really going to scratch him. But... everyone else is very scared of 𝗁𝘂𝗍. We just saw the damage on Vid and Xin, and they kind of vanished when he hit them. So I think EVOS is still in a good position. The gold is actually quite close. 2 games in a row, OPG is hanging in there. Close, almost. And there's so much poke. There's so much poke between EVOS's players. They are a little bit exposed, though. They could be flanked here by something like PhD's... oh, he doesn't have ultimate.
Oh, wow. Vit just takes half his health. Also, just did a quick Google. It is Jace that has 6 points in all of his skills. They changed it a while ago, apparently. You can't level... I see it. This just shows how long it is since I've played Jace, because it used to be that you could level your ult, but didn't, because it was bad. Xin's nearly dead, by the way. But now it is, you actually can't level your ult. It's good. It was a bit of a noob trap. DK and PHT charging on in. They want to try and get this steal, but nope. 𝗙𝘃𝗲𝗿 says no. This is going to be a big fight, though, as everyone's funneling in. Oh, no. Oh, God, no. Look at that carpet. The equalizer doing so much. That's a double kill for 𝗙𝘃𝗲𝗿. The rest of OPG limping away. Is 𝗁𝘂𝗍𝗍 going to flash this wall? He can't. You know he would have flashed it if he had it.
That's how you equalize. Take notes, 𝗬𝗪𝗏. Please, take a look at this game.
That was not a good equalizer at all. It didn't make anything equal. It put EVOS even further ahead. It wasn't equalizing anything.
It's not very aptly named. That's true. So I'm not sure why they go for the steal. There's a little bit of OPG syndrome to contest every single objective, and that's only the second Drake in the game for EVOS, and it's a Cloud Drake, so... that is filthy. Everyone on top of that. You just need a 𝗘𝗀𝗽𝗃 to go in there with a package, and everyone would just die to the burn. Imagine that.
Bit of a fun fact. You know, those jokes that we made wouldn't work for Vietnamese players. Oh, 𝗁𝘂𝗍𝗍, can he make it work as he is trying to find a way out? PHT does a lot of damage. He goes for the count. Oh, God, this is a little bit aggressive here. 𝗁 does make it a 1-for-1, but he gets CC'd up. 𝗙𝘃𝗏𝗏 has arrived, whipping those Qs in. The flame spitter is burning, and it's going to end up being good. In comes another equalizer. Simon has to try and find a way out. 𝗁 gets interrupted, and they will call off the play.
We have been flaming 𝗁𝘂𝗍𝗍𝗏 for weeks upon weeks now. Do you feel like this is our second ever polar bear experience here? 𝗁 has been super impressive.
I think this is our second polar bear. I think we've got a mating pair now. We can repopulate the species. As teleport coming in, they want to contest this Baron. It isn't.
They want to. They are OPG. They're contesting every single.
Oh no!
objective.
Look who it is. 𝗁𝘂𝗍𝗍𝗏 coming in from the backside, and I think OPG is meant to have an AD carry. I think he must have DC'd or something, because he definitely wasn't in that fight. Xin is getting roasty toasty. It's a good true shot barrage across 2. 𝗙𝘃𝗏𝗏 with the double kill. Xin just about surviving as he limps away, and EVOS will go back towards Baron.
I think I figured out where Hope was fired or let go. Because he was trying to. Yeah. He was trying to tell his players, guys, I know you like to fight. I know we like to fight a lot here in this region, but sometimes you have to consider the game state and maybe don't contest every single objective, or at least try to set up the contest a little bit better. And then he tried to do that every single time, and everyone got so annoyed at him for saying that after every OPG game that they're just like, okay, whatever. Let's just fire this guy. He clearly doesn't know what he's doing.
Let's have a look at this replay.
Look at Vit. Oh god. Moments before disaster.
Boom! That's just gone.
Oh god. There is on Jace,
what
man.
is there even to say? This fight is just a massacre. Zin played it well to get away at all, but...
Also, once again, shout out to the great champ that is on. Oh, Zeros died. Okay, that's nothing new. The great champ that is on, that can't CC, can't tank, and just dies every single fight. Amazing. Thank you for your great contribution, Simon, on this champion.
Yeah. So I tried to make the point a while ago, but there was just fights because OPG is playing. Do you know what 𝗀𝗄𝗿𝗏 is in on the Vietnamese server? Because it's got a different name when you translate.
I have no idea.
Well, let's just see how Zeros died. As he was just caught. Yep. Well, yeah, there's no escaping that.
Once again, they have not played against any Twisted Fates in scrims. Yeah. I am convinced they have not played against Twisted Fates.
Play that. Yeah. We come back to live, and PHT is coming back as the Rocket Rain was used. That's what it is in Vietnamese.
Just a slight overkill there.
A little bit.
Nah.
But yeah, 𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏 on the Vietnamese server is called Rocket Rain. I guess equalizer doesn't translate well. Probably.
Yeah.
Wonder if there are any other things like that.
More literal.
Yeah, it's actually not it's a pretty cool name. I think equalizer is a cool name, but Rocket Rain.
Equalizer is a very cool name though. Yeah. Oh man, this damage from Zeros.
Yeah, this is
I want to see the damage charts.
This game
Sadly, we don't
so
ever see the damage charts.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets MVP, we probably will, but I don't think he will. Because it's 𝗀. Oh my god! How do you play against that? You just lose.
Yeah, it's too far gone. Hey, Vit actually hit a very nice crit there. Trying to get the highest crit of the game for... You get something for that, right? At least it's a statistic.
I'm not sure. Oh, and 𝗀 just
dies. No, 𝗀, no!
He's just dead. This is the inhibitor perhaps being greeted for a little bit, but one hero there dies to save the Jace. He will be remembered. As 𝗘𝘀𝗽𝗏 really wants some more kills. Zin is low. Zeros can provide some long-range artillery. His coordinates were a little bit off there. That's where you
needed the 𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏. 𝗀𝗏𝗏𝗏s would have killed the enemy there, so build your 𝗀𝗀𝗏𝗏s on Asriel, please.
I mean, he would have had to go second item 𝗀𝗀𝗏𝗏s your way. That's a little bit aggressive. Let's have a look at how OPG turned this around.
𝗀, man. 𝗀 had perfect KDA, and he had to die for I guess stepping forward, so fair enough. Oh, good Lux binding once again, a little bit invisible there. Not sure what is causing that, but yeah, he didn't see that. So
it's the skin. The skin.
I know. There was
sarcasm, right? Yeah. It's normally you that doesn't pick up on that. Good lucid singularity as well. That was really well played by Zin.
Zin almost hit every single Q there in that fight. So a little bit of skin, also a little bit of skill, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, you've still got a point.
Nice combination of the two.
I don't know if 𝗀 could have dodged it, even if he'd seen it. Maybe he could have flashed or something. But yeah, anyone in our community, like, can you get us the like 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗏𝗏 on, are these skins just allowed now? Because I don't want them to be. I was much happier when Steel Legion Lux was banned. And High Noon Thresh. DK's on a red ward. Like, he was just chilling. Gets away, but that was an interesting situation.
Yeah, maybe we need to start a discussion somewhere to get clarification, because that's very surprising to me.
Actually, I'll put in a buzz to our contact between the series, because I'm very concerned. And Zeros goes in. DK should be concerned, but he does well there. The Lux Laser does a lot of damage. Zeros has to be careful, but he'll take this mid inhibitor. Should have another crack with the acceleration gate soon. Has it available. Will he whip it in? Of course he will. Takes away a third of PHT's health, letting 𝗙𝘃𝗃𝗃𝗃 charge on forward. They haven't really committed much. Oh, actually, I tell a lie. They've kind of committed everything. They will get this inhibitor for it, though, so it's very worth it.
Zeros could have recalled and teleported back in, but he just wants to dance outside the fight with low
𝗃𝗃𝗄𝗏 comes
HP.
out, but Vit claims the Ezreal. PHT dives into the backline, but no, that's not how you do a Messiah. You actually have to press the Zhonya's.
He tried. We've got the big shutdown, so he's going to hit the 3-item power spike for the Caitlyn. The problem against Jace for Caitlyn is that even though she has the highest range in the game, Jace kind of outranges her with a Shock Blast, so every time she tries to enter the fight, she's half HP because of a Shock Blast, so that's not very pleasant to play. Yeah, there we go.
What's your opinion with Caitlyn? Is it Essence Reaver or Stormrazor?
I think Stormrazor is smart. If you go Fleet Footwork, she's not going Fleet Footwork, so Stormrazor doesn't really make much sense to me. I think then Essence Reaver is probably the better item. Especially if you're able to play around traps.
Yeah.
I actually really like the idea that Freak talked about, where you go Stormrazor, IE, and Essence Reaver, and no attack speed item.
That's that potential.
I mean, you still get attack speed from Boots and Stormrazor, so I think it's fine.
It hurts you at objectives, I think. It would slow your Baron and stuff down, because you don't get as many headshot procs.
By the way, do you think the headshots on objectives is the weirdest animation in the game?
It's up there.
It is very strange.
There are some weird... I don't think it matches up to some of 𝗘𝗀𝗢𝗍𝗍's animations. But one flashes over the wall to get onto DK. They want to kill this jungler before it gets too low. They're a little bit worried after the steal last game. But with him flashing away, Sorn should be able to get this one into his paws. DK, very, very low. True Shot Barrage gets it. There's a miracle steal attempt by Xin, but the laser won't do enough. Baron secured as well as a kill. There's already a wave here. I believe we might be seeing the end of the game.
Yeah, so yeah, Xin tried the Ocelot, very old reference, but not quite doing it in the end. Of course, support Lux
look
has
at
the
this
harder
flame
time.
spitter. It does a lot of damage, but it actually only gets them a 1-for-1. Vit goes very low. There is the volley bear turning off the tower. Xin goes gold, but it only buys him time. B will assault the towers, and I believe this will be the end. EVOS take 2 dominant games over OPG. They continue to press forward to securing playoffs, and we will go straight back over to our analyst desk to get the take of the boys. Vinny, what did you think of that game? Where were you looking?
I'm still not convinced, 𝗘𝗀𝗃𝗃. I'm not convinced. Ashe would have been better. That whole game, yeah, sure, you got 7 or 8 kills. You were still down and gold on the Caitlyn. They flicked the stats, so he was still a decent amount of gold behind. He was still at least a K behind the Caitlyn, even when they were knocking on the Nexus. It was... You could have had that game a lot easier if you just played the early game with an Ashe and matched the Caitlyn and won the lane. It would have been better.
I mean, to be fair, they hard won the 2v2 at level 1 and then kind of got wrecked by their team not covering for them. So
and then it wasn't.
And then he entered too.
Yeah, he entered a lot, and even before the game came down, he was still down 20 CS.
That is fair. That is fair,
so
but still,
the lane was bad.
It's true.
But other than that, the rest of the map was kind of, especially the top jungle, that was just a massive.
Yeah, Sorn was insane that game. Zeros was insane.
Sorn was massive. Zeros did filthy amounts of damage, and God, I hate Jace. When he's good, he's disgusting, and when he's bad, it's just people keep picking him. So I hate
Isn't it so appropriate that Jace and Victor are both like that? When they're good, they're just oppressive.
Yeah, but
they're dynamic
more
to
fun.
it. It's true, Victor is more fun. But I mean, that is the result that was expected. I think all of us predicted an EVOS 2-0. If you weren't predicting an EVOS 2-0, you're insane. But with that, we do announce our Player of the Series award. We'll be going over to the big boy in the top lane. He wasn't necessarily MVP in either game, but he was definitely very close in both, which means he gets Player of the Series.
Yes,
especially because But1 took a little bit of a backseat role in the second one, right? He was still very good. These equalizers were still on point. He pushed in the mid lane. But I think it's definitely Xerath that brought all the main damage. And with the bot lane inting a little bit too much, especially 𝗘𝘀𝗽𝗍𝗍. I actually think B had a very, very good series, but it has to go to Xerath.
Yeah. He was second best both games, and with the top player on either game not really reaching MVP level on the other game, it was
easy choice. Exactly. So with that, our first series will draw to a close. We'll be back in a little bit, guys, to bring you Team Secret taking on the Saigon Buffalo. Don't go anywhere. We hope you are enjoying the show, and we will see you in just a little while.